Hi, this is Amy Honel Van Gundy with the Runner's Lounge with another On the Run segment. You're joining me today as I attempt to walk just a little bit longer. I'm up over 2 miles as I work on my recovery from my knee scope surgery, which I'm now officially at post day 13. And so my segment or my thoughts today are still around dealing and recovering from injury. And I will say that at 2 weeks into this injury and 6 months into this knee problem, I'm at the point that many runners get in dealing with recovery and injury, which is I just want to run. I can't even remember my last run, and everyone's running but me. And those are hard thoughts to walk through, because you don't want to walk anymore, you don't want to cross train, you don't want to sit, you don't want to rest, you don't want to ice anymore. You simply want to go out there and run. So just passing along a few tips of how I'm getting through this phase right now. The first is I'm trying to go to trails different than the ones I use for my running. I find by revisiting those trails that I use when I run that it becomes harder to skip running. So by going to new trails, trying new things, doing different distances, doing it in different ways, I find it's harder to compare than going to trails that I normally use when I run. The second thing that I do is continue to chant to myself, run your own run, race your own race. Just as I do when I'm running. In races, as you see people pull away, and there's always that twinge that say, oh, I should be running faster, or I should be running with that person. In recovery, I have to use the same chant to remind myself I got to stick to my plan. I got to run my own run. Now, in this case, it's walking, but I can't deviate from my plan, because deviating from my plan or getting impatient will simply slow down my recovery. So those are my 2 tips in this week's segment of On the Run. If you are blessed in learning patience by dealing and recovering from an injury, I wish you well. And if you have your own tips that you want to share, then send along your own video or your thought about On the Run. And that's it for this week. Talk to you soon.